Here we go. Sorry for not being in the usual tie and suit, but I've got a cold and it's freezing cold in here. It's like 2 degrees above freezing. I'm talking to myself right now and to the future viewers. Let's see if someone comes. We have 2 persons already. Welcome. Long time no see, huh? If you consider 2 weeks long time. Let's see if the chat is working. Guten Abend, Marco. Okay, so the chat is No. Someone is calling me, but it's not. I'm on call still. This is the last day of my dead watch, so to speak. So, can you crackle a bit more silently? Thank you. So it's the last day of me being on call for the whole month, and yeah, it's been fun. If you consider dragging a 100-kilogram guy down a flight of very narrow and steep stairs, fun. For me it is kinda, because it's always an adventure. Sorry, I'm here? What do you mean by that? Ellen, hello, welcome. Yeah, it is. It's like I'm not even cutting my hair, so you can see why am I cutting it usually. There's not much left here, but standing with this bald head in the middle of the cemetery in winter is not the best idea, so I'm just keeping it. Even these few hairs are making a huge difference in driving. Wow, that's cool. You're probably driving through Gouda or something. I cannot not think about cheese when hearing this name. Anyway, sorry for the drama. Yeah, I messed up with this message. It's not like I was saying goodbye forever, but the tone was now it's getting hot from the fire. Let me just turn the hourglass and let's start, because I need to get going as soon as the sun runs out. I will explain. Welcome, extraction flight. Sorry that I'm not with my tie today, but I won't. But I just came here at the last minute and had only time to make myself some coffee. I did? I didn't do anything. Let's see some writing and we'll see. You see? It's still mirrored. Funeral biscuits, by the way, that's something that I would like to make, but from scratch, and from scratch meaning by making molds for the biscuits. Yeah, but it's mirrored, isn't it? I see it as mirrored, not mirrored. Okay, so I don't understand anything. I don't know what's up. I see myself mirrored and you see me properly, so well, that's good. Yeah, so what happened exactly? I'm a maniac, that's what happened. Long story short, it's getting really warm in here. Let me just undress a bit. So, where to start? Maybe from the beginning. I have a very expressive personality, and it takes me into strange places, emotionally and geographically as well. So for the last almost 2 years, I was doing YouTube full time. I was really embarrassed of not being an undertaker anymore, because I felt like a fraud. That how can you make videos about stuff like that when you're not working in the business? I thought to myself, as a usual self-lashing that I administer to myself. And yeah, so I went full-time on YouTube. I quit my job at the university, which was, thank you Jimmy, which was the greatest job that I ever had. Not very nice pay, but so incredibly interesting. And I've decided to go full-time on YouTube without any vision, just as a crawling chaos that I am. And I'm not the person that can adhere to a schedule or even create one, so it just blew in my face in the end, and it almost cost me my marriage. So I decided to pull a plug on the whole thing, up to the point of not using my phone at all for the 2 last weeks. So that's yeah, that's the whole thing in a nutshell. I am an artist by heart, but this is not the way for me to succeed, because first of all, I don't have any clear vision of my artistic way, or whatever you want to call it. I'm just like Red Riding Hood in the forest, seeing interesting flowers and not even getting, not realizing how lost I'm getting. So that's, and it gets to me after some time, to the point of absolute misery. And yeah, my art or my creative stuff, anything, became a burden to me. And tempo, the speed in which I wanted to create and put stuff out was way too much for me. And yeah, 66 uploads in the last year. Not all of them are videos, but still, it was too much. And it was like, I wasn't sincere with myself. I told you that one time, but I still wasn't after that. And it took me to a point in which creating stuff was like a chore to me. And I was very nervous. I was like, I didn't say that, but the atmosphere surrounding me was like, everyone shut the fuck up, because I need to create to succeed and make you all happy. So it's, you see how blind I was. And yeah, I was unbearable to be with. So yeah, here we are. So I cut the cord on everything. I refuse to participate in modern times on their terms. I would like to succeed as an artist someday, but I don't have a clear vision of anything. I'm just having ideas worth realizing, and that's it. And I don't think forward at all. I just do things that I enjoy, and that's it. Yeah, and I really hated this Instagram thing with those tons of tags and this high production bullshit. And my attention span just became almost non-existent. And yeah, I became one of them. Who is they? I don't know. But yeah, I became one of them, and it was just destroying me from the inside. So the worst was X for me. Former Twitter. Such a cesspool of bullshit and lies and maybe useful information at all also, but yeah, it didn't do well with me. Too much lies, too much AI, too much bullshit as for me. And I desperately wanted to succeed up to the point of making stuff for the public, or thinking like this idea can take me up, you know. With this video I can become famous. I don't want to be famous, but I would like the snowball effect, you know, to not think about paying bills and stuff like that, and to have more range. But that was wrong thing. If I may be so Orwellian with my speak, that was wrong. That was wrong of me, because you are the most valuable people of all for me. These millions of views on those few videos don't mean anything to me, because they don't. These are just random people, and you are sticking with me for so long and so religiously, if I may say so, because every Sunday we have this little gathering here, and this is the thing that I really missed the most. And as soon as I pulled the plug, and after a few days read such nice messages from all of you, I was like, I felt miserable that we lost this here. And yeah, so this YouTube thing is so random, and my videos and the stuff, who I am and what I do, is so niche. It's the niche of the niche, I think. So I was expecting something else, and it was because I was fooling myself with the success of the few of these videos. And these videos are like how someone looks after 52 years. And I could have millions of views if I do those some videos in my job and show pieces of corpses and whatnot, but that's absolutely unethical, and it's not what I am about. I made these few videos well, mainly for educational purposes, and to show my own how I react to death and around death, that there's nothing to be worried about. And yeah, that was the main point. And other stuff, I'm so confused, you know. It was a bit much. And I was like, people are waiting for you. Come on, get going. You need to go here. And I was very nervous because of that. And I was arguing with my wife. And I was unbearable to be in one room with. So that's over. I don't know how many videos I will make in this year. Definitely not 66 or even 40, I think. One is coming up in 1 hour and 50 minutes. I made a video today about my visit to an old abandoned graveyard of the pioneers of the city of Szczecin, which was the city of Szczecin in which I'm located and living and was born in, is the former German city of Stettin. And there are a lot of German graves here because they fled and we took over. So it was kind of a Wild West here. Literally, it was the last place in Poland with this kind of situation, with all the people exactly like pioneers, but they came into ready houses and mansions and whatnot. And yeah, so there are a lot of graves left there. And there's this one cemetery with a lot of neglected graves, and there are a lot of indentations in the ground, right before or right in front of the headstones. So I have a few theories about why are there indentations in the ground, but there are always tons of leaves there at this graveyard. So I was waiting for the snow to fall down so I could show you the indentations clearly, but the sun went behind the clouds, and yeah, and it wasn't as clearly visible as expected. I don't know why I'm holding this bug all the time here. Well, anyway, so yeah, so I made a half-an-hour video with the ridiculous title, summoning dead people from 1900s at the start of 2026, with the even more ridiculous thumbnail. And that's what I'm going to do now. I don't yeah, thank you, Timmy, and it's great that you're here because I have something and you know what it is. What was the question? To make a tiny gravestone for the bug. There is one video about a funeral of bugs. The guy gathered a few flies and something, made a mass in the little church, and it was really very makeshift and very crude, and it had like millions of views or something, and I was so mad that this looks like shit and has so many millions of views or hundreds of thousands of views, and I would do better, and yet I didn't do anything, and my chapel is still undone. And yeah, so it's easy to criticize when one doesn't do anything. I look a little bit like a priest with this. What was it, Sean? No, I didn't see this video yet. I'm not watching any YouTube at all right now. I just pop on my phone, upload something or check something out and just go away. No watching reels, nothing. No visiting profiles, nothing. I cut my internet usage by, I think, more than 90%. And this way I can be here right now because I feel so much better. I was absolutely obsessed with statistics, with watching others. And there is so much great stuff on the internet, on Instagram especially, because it's this high production. It's the creme de la creme of things, you know. So it's easy to fall into depression. Yeah. It's very interesting brain rot, like, you know, making miniatures, wood turning, everything. I love knowing how stuff is made, but it just made me so miserable because it's just you go from one video to another to another to another, and you think like, wow, people are so amazing and are doing such amazing stuff, and who the fuck I am to even start showing anything. So yeah, it's just, I started playing piano, and I'm at the cemetery again, and I'm working with such morons that one of them is just cartoonish almost. Yeah, it's just, I cannot even find words in Polish about this guy. He's the most obnoxious creature that I've ever worked with, and he's let's say mortician, because there's no distinction in Poland about what do you do when you are working as an undertaker. That's why I use this old term, because undertaker was a kind of a jack of all trades when it came to death and dead people. So in Poland you have guys that need to do everything. So for example, I need to dig a grave, dismantle a gravestone, dress a body, service a funeral, and make a body transfer. And this could happen, go to the with the papers somewhere, and it all can happen in one day. So there's no distinction here. Oh yeah, thanks. I started writing on Patreon how my life looks like now. This is the first thing that I did coming back on the internet after 2 weeks. It was very fast healing, so to speak, and I need to keep it up like that. Just don't look at anything, do your stuff, and spend time with your family, and that's it. That's my modus operandi for this year, because otherwise I will go insane. And I've never went full insane. I've never been into an institution, and I want to keep it that way. So yeah, I really enjoy writing. I am on call for 1 month right now, so this phone can ring anytime, and I would need to end this whole thing and just go to transfer a body. Let's hope that something like that will happen today, but after the live stream, because I really enjoy it. This is like, these are scenes that not many can see in their lifetimes. Yeah. There was one guy that I didn't write about. He was living in a shed, had this little furnace, or a little, yeah, let's call it furnace. Furnace? You know, like a wood stove. Yeah, that's the name. And he was thanks. And this guy was the first thing when I saw him, he had this hole in his head. Oh, hello, Carrie. From New Jersey, if I'm not mistaken. So the guy had a hole in his head, and the bone was visible here. The temple bone. Yeah. So the first thing that I thought is that he got hit with a hammer, but there wasn't any blood. I mean, there was some, but not like there should be a lot of blood. So the bone was visible. I thought he was hit with a hammer and collapsed, and the skull collapsed inside. But it turned out there was a lady policeman at the scene, and it turned out that the hole in his head was caused by rodents, because he was laying there for like 2 days, and it's cold, so the food is scarce for animals. So and the rats just have eaten out his whole temporal muscle. Yeah, it was amazing. He's still in the cooler right now. He was laying like that with the blood coming out of his eye and mouth, and yeah, and you could see that he had his nature finds a way. Yeah, yeah. Nothing is going to waste, as it should be. One video that I would like to make this year, which is long overdue, is how ridiculous the American funeral industry is. Because, no offense for my American viewers, I love you all, but you are not the industry, so you're not creating it. But the thing that the Americans are isolating the bodies as much as possible from the nature is just unfathomable for me. Funeral industry, it is. Indigents, for those of without family or friends. Yeah, it's government takes care of it, and I do at the time now. I'm taking care of them, so that's why I have this all of these incredible adventures. Yeah, I've seen 2 rotten bodies on Christmas time, right before Christmas. It was very interesting. I wrote about it on Patreon. You can subscribe for $1 a month, so it's much more. It's much better to subscribe to my Patreon than being a member of on YouTube. And yeah, and besides YouTube takes like 40 or even, I don't know, some outrageous percentage of the money, and I really hate that. And yeah, I will write stories now on Patreon. I have 1 story in writing, and these are all these are all real stories from my life, from my daily life. And sometimes when I read them, I just cannot believe that this is really my life, because when you're inside it, you don't see it. It's like seeing someone's child, how it grown up. You don't see it on a daily basis. Yeah, and I have some other stories, not only from funeral business, and I will write them too. I really enjoy writing. It's like the most. It's like exercising. The worst thing is to start. And when I start already, it just flows out of me, because I have so much to say and so many memories, and I'm trying to write things down before they fade away too much. But I realized that when you go into it, you can recall a lot of things, like by pulling a string of memories. Thank you. Oh yeah, I will. Thank you. I would like to paint as well and do more material stuff. I don't want to give you any spoilers of what I will do, but yeah, thanks. I really like writing. It's just it's really something to be proud of, because I learned English by myself, and when I hear compliments from someone that is a native English speaker that I write in the interesting way, it's really something for me. I really appreciate that. And even if you're not native, it's still a language that connects us. So yeah, there will be more of them, much more of them. I finished my Chicken Gravestone saga. It's from the first person with my GoPro on my head. I had some problems with the angles, but I will get to that. I would like to make a lot of... Each time that I will make something, like a new painting or this damn chapel, which I haven't started even yet, I will wear my GoPro camera and film the whole thing. I will tell you my thoughts, my thought process, and how you'll see how I deal with problems while making stuff. And yeah, it will be fun. I would like to make this low effort videos. Low effort meaning low editing, not much editing. Something that you can make. Something that you could... let me start again. Something that you can play in the background while you're making dinner. So yeah, that you don't need to watch intently to not miss a thing. And besides, these high production videos of mine are thanks, I am too. These high production videos are very exhausting and I don't have time for that. I just started playing piano on a daily basis recently and I really enjoy that as well. I've started on a high note, so to speak, with Chopin, with Frédéric Chopin, because he was Polish. And thanks. And it turned out to be a little bit too much for a beginner like me, which I cannot play anything. I mean, I can do now, but yeah, that's the point. That's the point, Timothy, to keep it fresh. And besides, there is stuff piling on top of it all the time because something new happens each day, and yeah, I just need to release stuff, but without any thank you. Took me some time, but sometimes it's like I forget even the most basic words in English, and I need to go all around, or just leave the thing altogether without telling it because I don't remember one word. But yeah, I think you just need to speak and that's it. I was watching my video when I first spoke to the camera and it wasn't so bad as I remember. I think that I'm way too harsh on myself and I have way too high of an expectations with everything. I wanted to play Chopin as a first song. Can you imagine that? And yeah, but it turned out that the Mad World song is pretty easy to play. And I started yesterday and I will be definitely fluent by the end of this week. Thank you, Mark. Okay. Watch out on the train tracks. I mean, you cannot do anything, but yeah. I hope that you will park the train down to a centimeter, like in the Densha de Go games. Okay, I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, I'm back at work. The cemetery is very cold. I have cold for 2 weeks right now. And that's why I am not cutting this abomination of a hair that I have on my... That's great. Should be a bonus jingle or something for that. Maybe it will be someday. I'll try to make it worth your while. Yeah, there's a lot of funerals. Most of them are people without families. We had one guy that was living by the train tracks. That's a good one. There's a Reddit thread about balding. There's a Reddit thread about everything. I mean, so it's funny how a lot of guys are. This is a huge problem for men, going bald. I just accepted that many years ago and I don't care. I wouldn't want to go to Turkey to have hair transplant or something. I always had shitty hair and I don't mind being bald. But a lot of guys do. And there's this... Oh yeah, okay. When I will learn this Mad World in a way that I won't be embarrassed to play it, I will make a short video and post it on Patreon, okay? This is the first song that really gives me joy because you play on two hands and it really sounds like playing piano. Not like tin, 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 not like notes after each other, but two melodic lines at once. So it's really something. I will do that. Thanks for giving me an idea. So yeah, one guy was living by the train tracks and had this makeshift, I don't know, base or settlement. That's the right word. Like a modern Robinson Crusoe, as I wrote in my story about him. It was interesting. And he when I took his hand, he let out a nasty fart. Yeah, like rotten eggs. It's a sulfur. It's this this acid, sulfuric acid. That's it. Yeah, that's the one. If you can smell it, it means that the concentration is not high enough, because if it would be much higher, then it would burn your nerves in your nose forever, and then you would die probably. But no human is capable of a fart like that. And yeah, the one good thing about dead people is that you can fart while dressing them and blame it on them, because they fart all the time. But it's all hydrogen sulfide, probably, because they always let Salpetersäure. They always let out the silent farts. So yeah, but anyway, it smells always like shit and urine and decomposition at the morgue. So it doesn't make a big difference, one fart or a few of them. Yeah, my coworker, yeah, you can call it like that. We do that. There's often no family. Sometimes there is family can be found, but most often there is no family. And we do that now. I do that now too. And it's an easy kind of funeral, because there's no hustle with the family. There is just like a minimum needs to be done. Do I prefer that? I don't know. The thing that interests me the most right now in funerals is body transfers. I would do only that, but the problem is that my wife is working as well, so, and we have a small child, so that's an issue. But it hasn't happened yet that I needed to transport my son to my mother-in-law or my mother at the time of the body transfer, so we'll see. I am used to the smell already, and I don't mind it at all. It's I never understand why people say that the smell of decomposition is sweet. I cannot sense any sweetness about it at all. For me, it's sour. It's very sour, and yeah, it's nothing. I wrote about it that the brain gets used to it. So it's not sour or it's not sweet. Sweet smell for me is a chocolate smell or a cocoa or something like that. My coworker told me that for him, this smell of the smell of decomposition is sweet. And I asked him, like, how so? And he told me that for him, it smells like you would add a few kilograms of sugar to a barrel of shit. And I don't know. It's complicated. But rotting chicken smells different. Rotting potatoes are absolutely horrible to me. But rotting human body is like, I don't know, it's a smell of work. I don't mind it. And the guys at the morgue are acting like children when they smell it. I don't know. It's nothing. It can't hurt you. And if you were at the countryside, There are some heavy smells there, especially chicken shit. That's the worst that I've ever smelled. In humans, I just get used to it, I think. Yeah. Yeah, rotting potatoes are just absolutely awful. So I'm not dressing bodies anymore. I have my my toolbox, but there's this one guy who just hogs dressing of everybody, and I don't want to interfere. And yeah, and I don't mind it, but he's very sloppy, and he takes 2 hours to prepare one body, and the body doesn't look good after that. And the guy is so full of himself. I will write a whole essay about him, because I really despise this person, and he earned it. He earns it every day. I will show you his toolbox for makeup, and you wouldn't believe me. He's been working for about more than 10 years. More than 10 years in the... Well, I cannot tell you where, but somewhere else, but with dead bodies. So it's just... When you will see this makeup... O, Jarek, pozdrawiam również. Z Polski. Ja też pozdrawiam z Polski. Zobacz, co za zbieg okoliczności. Yeah, anyway, it's just absolutely terrible. And yeah, I don't interfere. I just do body transfers now and service funerals. I think about how I look like and what kind of a job I do, and that's it. The funeral industry in Poland is, first of all, it's a wild west, and it's full of alcoholics, idiots, and degenerates, and most often all three at the same time. No, that's the other one. The one that you're talking about visited us recently and crouched, and his pants were ripped in the middle of his butt crack as the casket was approaching a few alleys away at the cemetery, and he needed to attend in just a minute to put the casket down, because we do it with the ropes most often and not with this casket elevator, which is really unreliable, and it takes a lot of time to set up. And yeah, but it's nothing like lowering the casket with lines as our grandfathers did. So yeah, he doesn't work with me anymore, but really, when you are in the United States, you need to finish this mortuary school, and it's like a college for funeral people. And in Poland, you can just go right from the street, and if you have 2 legs and 2 eyes, and yeah, that's true. You can get hired very easily, because there's a lack of personnel in the Polish funeral industry, and because nobody wants to do this job. Not because they are dead bodies, but I think that because all of us needs to be these jacks of all trades. So you need to transfer the body, dress the body, service a funeral, dismantle and erect the gravestone, dig a grave, and it's it's a reap of upselling the packets, also the packages, the funeral packages. But yeah, it's too much, and the Gen Z doesn't want to do that anymore. I think the only thing that can save the Polish funeral industry from collapsing on itself is cremation, because then you won't have big gravestones, you won't have digging graves, which is if you dug a hole with a shovel by yourself, a big hole, even down to your waist, then you'll see, then you know what I mean by that. And imagine hole like 3 times as deep, and tomorrow will be two other holes. So yeah. I will talk in Polish for a few seconds. Mówię o tym, że jaki to jest ciężki zawód w Polsce, dlatego że musisz wszystko umieć zrobić jako grabarz. To nie jest tak, że spuszczasz trumny i obsługujesz pogrzeb, tylko musisz też umieć dół wykopać, pojechać po ciało, ubrać to ciało. To jest bardzo ciężka fizyczna praca i nikt nie chce tego robić. Dlatego brakuje pracowników w polskiej branży pogrzebowej. O tym jest rozmowa. Między innymi też. Ogólnie to o mnie, jak zwykle. Okay, I told this my fellow countryman, because he said that his English is lacking, and so he doesn't understand what this talk is about. So I told him in a nutshell about why is it so hard to be an undertaker in Poland. So I think that the cremation will be something that will save. Spoko, nie ma sprawy. Something that will save the Polish funeral industry, but it needs time. It's like maybe it will change with this ecology stuff, but it's not more ecological at all. There's nothing more ecological than putting body into the ground for the nature to do the rest. Let me poke the wood in the fireplace for a second, okay? My Polish is lacking. Let's wait a second. Okay. Yeah, so anyway. Oh no. Can you hear me? Because I have this bad quality cable and I'm afraid that the microphone could be disconnected. Can you hear this? Okay. Great. Okay. I have a package from Timothy, and Timothy is present. Thank you so much for it. I know roughly what's inside, and it took forever to deliver it. I think it will be green burials, but green burials are also complicated in numerous ways. I think the cremation is the easiest. Cremation is the easiest and the cheapest, paradoxically. Cheaper than digging a hole for natural burial. And maybe there will be... Oh, okay. Maybe cremation will be mandatory in the near future, we'll see. But other than that, we will need about 20 years for 100% of cremation, I think. Yeah, sterile, that's for sure. I don't think that there's even DNA in cremains. I don't see how there could be any DNA in cremains, because cremains are just minerals. Ash is just minerals, and minerals cannot be burned. So there couldn't be any DNA, but I need to ask my anthropologist colleague. She will know. Okay, so Timmy, you did everything right. The address is correct. Everything is perfect, other than the Polish postal service, which absolutely fucked up, and they just told me that this package is in Gdańsk, which wasn't true. It was in the same building. for 2 weeks they tried to deliver it to me instead of just putting it next door where the PO boxes are. So no wonder that 90% of this building is for rent. The Polish postal office is collapsing, and there's nobody on the horizon to rescue it, it seems. So I don't know. Anyway, here it is. It cost me about $5 for the duty, so it's fine. That's something that I can deal with no problem. And I'm really interested in it. British Mail. It's the Royal Mail, after all. Okay, let's open it. Here it is. I'm really excited. Nie jest z Gdańska. Ona była ze Stanów Zjednoczonych. Tim mi przysłał. Where are you from exactly, Timothy? If this is not a secret, of course. No, if you receive parcel from outside of the European Union, you need to pay duty, and the sender needs to pay duty as well. So it's not like Timothy's fault. That's how it is. It's just they're just stealing, and that's it. Okay, I have these colored pencils here. Crayons de couleur. I was checking this, how they are in French, just yesterday. Yeah, exactly. These are another ones, more fleshy ones. Portrait colored pencils. I'm really bad with these, so this will be interesting. One is called Bone. It's Bone. It's like from the American Psycho, when he was talking about and where are you, people? We have a lot of brushes. Never too much of these. Oh, Visalia. What a nice name. California. One of the biggest states in the USA. Is Texas the biggest? But they want to be a republic. It's complicated, I think. California is either, it's the second biggest, I think. Is it? I would say Texas is the biggest and California is second. Kredki do portretów. Oh, Mississippi. The easiest part. The easiest way to remember how to write Mississippi is to remember that everything is double. Alaska, yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, that's a nice fun fact. Okay, here we have micro canvases. I will definitely paint something on them. That's a good call, because I'm always making huge things, and it's time to scale everything down and scale my operation down. These are the black ones as well here. I wonder if they cut them to see if the cocaine was inside, if there was some cocaine, but as I can see, the cocaine is intact. Thanks. And oh, there's a ooh, this is interesting. Photos inside. I suppose I can read that. Can I? Yeah, there's nothing personal. Martin, these are copies of Victorian era death photos. Photography was expensive then. Families would sometimes make the decision to get a photo taken when someone died, as it would be their only chance to ever have a photo. Yeah, they were... Oh, Alaska, Texas, California. They were propping the bodies. Oh yeah, wow. That's cool. And there's a card here from Canada. Joyeux Noël. I cannot read that. I never tried cocaine and I wouldn't want to try because I'm afraid that I would like it too much, so better to avoid it. Okay, I don't know what this means, but I will translate it later. Here's a photo of a young boy. This is going on the wall. This is going on the wall behind me, definitely. I love this. Oh yeah, they use concrete to manufacture cocaine. And then this is the other one. I don't know if the eyes are painted. They don't seem painted, but look at this. This is interesting. The Victorian era photography was long exposure, so you can see that this lady is very sharp and these characters here are a little bit blurry because they moved a little bit and she was absolutely still. But the eyes... Oh, can I? But the eyes look very fresh. They are definitely not painted. They needed to take this picture very soon after that, like same day or next day at most. And here I like the expression. You think they are? With all the details, the irises. Remember that this is Victorian times. I don't think they are painted. If they are painted, then someone was an incredible artist. I loved everything about this picture. Even these cracks here. The chair, the flowers, the thing that he's dressed in. Yeah. Absolutely amazing. This is just... I will cherish this photo. I don't know how to thank you for this, but thank you very much. Tak, zgadza się. No? Wiktoriańskie zdjęcia zmarłych. Tutaj jakiś chłopczyk jest. You can clearly see that he's dead. Okay. Let's see what else is there, but this is something. Thank you so much. I will frame it. I will try to find an adequate frame for it, so something old to complement the picture. And oh, a book by Caitlin Doughty. And Will My Cat Eat My Eyeballs? I knew about this book, but I never bought it. So thank you. I'm really interested in how she wrote that. Oh, the picture fell on the floor pictures. Oh, our time is running out. As you can see, last seconds. I would like to write my book finally somewhere, someone, sometime. My diary of a young undertaker, but I don't know how to write a book. So I will stick to writing my stories on Patreon for now, and maybe it will become a book someday. And yeah, I would like to make an audiobook, but I don't think I'm ready to read an audiobook, but we'll see. Yeah, she's the biggest in the she's the biggest death educator in the world right now, I think. Okay, there's there's another book by a great author, also Stiff. I know this book, and I have this book, but I have this book in Polish. I have all of her books, as a matter of fact. She's one of my favorite authors, very loose, and loose, down to earth, and yeah. It starts by, I think there was something like about the, I don't know if it starts with, but anyway, there is something that that I remembered very well. It was about plastic surgeons fighting for the heads, because they train on cadavers, and for example, a nose operation, you know, rhinoplasty, as you couldn't be more insulting to the person, as it wouldn't be enough for them to have a crooked nose or something, so they called it rhinoplasty. More brushes. So they have like one head for the 2 or 3 of them. So who's doing the operation? Who's training and who's not? And so they were like, I was picturing them like wrestling with the heads. And years later, I was working with them and with the heads, but we had less doctors and more heads. But yeah, I missed one operation of an old dead lady undergoing a boob job. That was interesting, but I was doing something else and they called me too late, so yeah. If it wasn't for the sacrifice, or it's not a sacrifice, if it wasn't for the gift of the bodies from the people who are living, and why I am one of them, because I gave my body to science, but I'm still using it as for now, the medicine wouldn't advance as much. The same with body snatchers, paradoxically. So nothing is black or white entirely. Let's end on that note today. Thank you so much, Timothy. This is a great gift. I will use all of these and read the books, and this is really incredible of you. You are one of my oldest viewers as per time frame of watching me. I remember you from long ago, and I really appreciate every one of you for sticking out with me. Sorry for scaring you. I won't do that anymore. Check out my Patreon. It's Martin's Graveyard. There will be some stuff. There should be a video in a few minutes, and it's not very interesting, but still. I will make more ridiculous titles and thumbnails to the point of absurdity, and we'll see where this year will lead us. So have a great time of day wherever you are, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.